Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Awesome Finds. Now today I have all new vinyl from WaterTower Music, the in-house record label for Warner Brothers. That's right, WaterTower Music pretty much puts out all the different soundtracks of Warner Brothers films and different properties and cartoons and whatnot. And they reached out to me, asked me if I was interested in a whole bunch of different releases. I picked through these records I'm going to show you now. They sent me them free of charge, but my opinions are my own. So let's get started. First up is the soundtrack to a film I have loved since I was a child. This is Singin' in the Rain. Oh my gosh, it's just a glorious musical. This is a very important film for me because it's one of the reasons I got into show business. It's one of the main, well, in particular, Make 'Em Laugh right here. This beautifully sung and choreographed piece by Donald O'Connor. It just planted a seed in my brain that that's what I want to do. I want to do what he just did. I thought it was amazing, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's that famous dance sequence where he's with a mannequin. It ends with him like running circles on the ground, something that later The Simpsons would parody. Anyway, this is just a great sounding soundtrack. It comes with a poster on the inside here, which is pretty cool, I might add. Right there, the three of them all together. And then it's got a little bit on, credits and whatnot, but just really lovely artwork overall. I'll show you guys the vinyl real quick. Just your standard black vinyl, came in a paper sleeve. This is side A, followed by side B. Now up next I have the soundtrack to the motion picture of Hairspray. I picked up this film at a thrift store on DVD thinking it was the John Waters film because I grew up with that. I love that movie and it was really good. I was so surprised how much I enjoy it because I thought I would hate it, but it's actually a fantastic musical, super funny. You get a young Zac Efron, Amanda Bynes, you get John Travolta, Christopher Walken, Michelle Pfeiffer, who's excellent here. One of my favorite songs is Miss Baltimore Crabs. Oh my goodness, what a great song. Just a really fun film. Love the packaging on this. Look at this cover. Oh my gosh, with that foil. Opening up, it's a gatefold. You get a little bit of blurb from Adam Shankman, the film director. Okay, so this is record 1, side A and side B. Here we have side C and side D. Overall, just a fun film, excellent soundtrack. If you guys haven't seen it, highly encourage you guys to check it out. Up next, we have a new film. This is the soundtrack to Ready Player One. Now, full disclosure, I still haven't seen this film, which is surprising because I really like Spielberg movies, but more importantly, the music is done by Alan Silvestri, who did Back to the Future. Such a phenomenal soundtrack. He also did Forrest Gump, The Avengers, countless other ones, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, The Abyss, Polar Express, Castaway. I'm kind of shocked I didn't recognize his name before, but now I won't forget it. Opening up, you get this lovely picture. Look at the Iron Giant right there, and is that a Gundam? And on the back there, you get another image of, looks like trailers stacked up on top of each other. Also included is this insert. I kind of already showed you guys, but right here you get a little blurb from Steven Spielberg, and then you get credits and thank yous and whatnot. I'll show you guys the records. Now, this is exclusive to Books A Million and Second and Charles. Now, I don't have any of those near my house, but if you do, or I think you can get them online too, you guys can pick up this version. This is the kind of a clear blue vinyl. Look at that. Look at these record labels. Really pretty stuff. I think this just goes so nicely with these record labels. And again, here's side C and side D. Pretty much looks like the first record there. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this soundtrack. It was really nice to work to. It felt very fluid, very much like an album would, and I especially appreciated the callback to Back to the Future theme. That was so cool to hear. It kind of gave me chills hearing that. Like literal goosebumps appeared. Really cool stuff. So, really looking forward to checking out this film. Up next, I have another Books A Million exclusive. This time it's for the Game of Thrones soundtrack for season 7. Oh my goodness, I am not here yet, but I am on season 5. I'm working my way up. This especially is another standout set of tracks. I could really see myself using this during any sort of board game or role-playing game. It just has that nice bit of epicness. Opening up, you get shots from this season in particular, some thank yous, credits, and whatnot. And on the back there, whoo, that is a grown-up dragon. Now let me show you the vinyl, the first record here. Look at this. Look at that beautiful blue and white sort of marbled look right there. And there is side B. Really like these labels too. The fire and ice, it's just so striking. And here's the second record. This is side C. Again, another gorgeous marbling effect, and there is side D. Now, this next one is for Westworld. This is selections from the series, so this isn't everything. And I found this very interesting because it's by the same composer of Game of Thrones. However, this is very different, wildly different. Now, keep in mind, I haven't seen this show yet, but I've seen the original film, so I have a general idea of what this show is all about. I've heard it's much better than the film was. Now this is the Think Geek edition. It's a milk white vinyl. Now before I show you that, I just want to talk a little bit more about the music. This is kind of mostly covers. You have exit music for a film, Fake Plastic Trees, you have House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, you have Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, plus you have Vitamin String Quartet does 2 songs on here. I know it's very popular, people really like them, especially for weddings, Vitamin String Quartet. I, for one, am not a huge fan. Now, they only do 2 songs in here, and then there's the opening theme, and the rest of these covers are all done in a Scott Joplin style, although not as happy-go-lucky, but just done as if a piano player in a saloon were playing these popular tunes. So it has that kind of lo-fi feel about it. Some of the songs work better than others, but ultimately I feel like without the show, without the context of the show, I feel like as on their own, they're rather underplayed. Like they're not, you know, it was clear that this wasn't made just to be heard. It was made to underscore a scene or some action. So in that sense, I did not enjoy this soundtrack as much as his work on Game of Thrones. So it's, you know, take that as you will. Perhaps I will enjoy this more once I see the show, but that's kind of how I feel at the moment. Now, let's check out that exclusive vinyl here, because it is pretty cool looking. That bone white. This is side A, and there is side B. Up next, we have the Barnes & Noble exclusive soundtrack to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. I just didn't see this film, but I love the music in those films, and I was excited to hear how James Newton Howard took that world, how he was going to incorporate maybe some of the familiar John Williams pieces into this newer realm. And for the most part, I would say that it fits within that world. However, it's its own thing. Don't go into expecting Harry Potter land. This is different. However, I feel like every once in a while there might be a little callback or just a feeling or a mood of the Harry Potter series. You get some wonderful stills of both the film and the musicians, which I really enjoy. I like when they give not only credit, but also they show you who played on these soundtracks, because I feel like they're the unsung heroes, these big orchestras. A lot of times they get lost in everything. And there is the back cover there. Just a lovely shot with that wand starting to glow. Now let's check out the vinyl. This is, according to the hype sticker, limited to 2,000 copies. So I'm one of the lucky 2,000 to pick up one of these. And it's on standard black vinyl. Here is side A, followed by side B. Here is side C with a different label art, and side D. So up next, I have 3 records all in the DC universe. First up is the soundtrack to Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now, full disclosure, I haven't seen this film. However, music by Hans Zimmer, I knew I had to get it. I love Hans Zimmer, and this also features Junkie XL. Not as familiar with his work, but I knew I was in for a treat, and I was not disappointed. This is dark, brooding, sweeping, epic. At times, it reminded me of Tron Legacy, which is another amazing soundtrack, one of my favorites, and I think that has a lot to do with Junkie XL's work. There's some great electronic elements in this, and overall, it really plays wonderfully as an album. This is a wonderful gatefold. Here you have Batman and Lex, and there you got Wonder Woman and Superman in the triple fold right there. And on the back there, you get the track listings and credits and whatnot. Now also included is a poster, which I really dig. Let me show you guys this really quick. I really do like how they created the art here, especially with the Superman logo within the Batman. It also came with this insert. You get a lovely conversation with Hans Zimmer and Junkie, just to give you a nice little bit of backstory. And then you get a lot of credits and thank yous and whatnot. Let me show you the vinyl. Now there's 3 slabs of vinyl. This thing does not skimp out. Okay, so here is the first record, side A. Here we have side B. Here is side C and side D. And lastly, record number 3, we have side E with a surprise on the flip side. Check out this etching. Now I hope this comes out okay. Let me get a better shot if I can. Look at that. Pretty cool. Up next, we have the FYE exclusive pressing of Justice League. Oh my goodness, I love some Danny Elfman. This did not disappoint. Even though I didn't see the film, I know, I'll eventually get to it, but man, he brings it back to the '89 Batman theme. And oh, that just got to me, man. Oh, it was so cool hearing that. Now, the cover, look at this. This is gorgeous. I love this art style, this comic art style. Again, we get another shot of the orchestra that worked on it, get credits and whatnot. On the back there, not as compelling of a back cover, but I do like the inclusion of the different emblems of our heroes here. Now check out the vinyl here. These are on really cool green, I almost want to call it Green Lantern color, but I'm sure that's not what they intended. But look at that, the green with a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow. There's side A, there's side B. Here is side C and side D. Yeah, overall, this really played like a record, just like Batman v Superman. Justice League played like an album, which I really appreciated. And if you guys are fans of Danny Elfman, I think this really is a must buy. So I encourage you guys to pick up a copy. Now, this last record was a complete surprise. I was not expecting this. The folks over at WaterTower Music included this with my shipment and I couldn't believe it. I mean, this is Batman the Animated Series. This is 4 songs composed by Danny Elfman again, but look at this cover. This was a collaboration with Mondo. It came out in 2014. I had no idea this even came out. And this is a gatefold opening up. Look at this artwork. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I forget how much the animated series really informed my knowledge of Batman and really made me love the character. This was such an excellent cartoon series. And on the back there, you get some credits and whatnot. So the record came in this black polylined paper sleeve. At first I was like, why is the record off center here, as you guys can tell? And then I felt it, I was like, oh no, there's like a chunk missing here. Did this get broken in shipment, or is there a weird warp? Like what's going on here? And then I pulled it out. Look at this. This is freaking amazing. I don't have any cutout vinyl. This just blew me away. So this is essentially a 12-inch record, but they only stamped about a 7-inch worth of vinyl. So it plays 2 songs at 45 RPMs on side A, and then 2 songs on side B. But oh my goodness, this thing is just amazing. This was also released as a 7-inch, but this, I mean, are you kidding? This is the way to own it. This is just, oh my goodness. You just want to frame this by itself, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna cherish this for a very, very long time. This to me is so very special, and I want to thank WaterTower Music for sending this along, because you really didn't have to, and it means a heck of a lot. So thank you so much. This is so dang cool. Oh my goodness. And the music on here sounds fantastic. I mean, the theme to the animated series, if you haven't heard it, highly encourage you guys to go check it out. And I'm sure you'll love it just as much as I do. So anyway, wow, this so blew me away. So thankful to have this in my collection now. Just one of the prized possessions of my collection. So thank you again. Well, that'll do for this time around. I want to thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave me a comment down below. Let me know which of these were your favorites. Until then, I'm your Vinyl Geek, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Hey everybody, thanks again for checking out this video. Now if you want to see more awesome finds, I put a playlist right there as well as a video that YouTube will choose for me. Now if you like what you saw, I put out new videos every Tuesday and sometimes Friday, so have fun and click away.